What's going on YouTube? The Apophis around. Welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday, motherfuckers, so that means it's time for Late Night Chat. Late Night Chat series where Ashley and I just kind of talk for about 30 minutes-ish, between 20 and 40, with some gameplay to the background, kind of like a mini podcast. So pull up a chair and enjoy. How are you?
Excited, of course.
Like,
if you
really
can see my face right now.
Are you
oh
T.
my
Martin
goodness.
excited?
Super excited.
The fact that you know that is a feat
awesome.
in its own. So before we get super deep into this, I want to cover the 2 cool comments from the small video. So first and foremost is going to be this one here. Do I foresee a small montage? Possibly, man. Battlefield 4 could very well come, and I might do one there. I think Battlefield 3 is a little late in its life cycle for any kind of montages and stuff like that. But with Battlefield 4 right around the corner, I might very well try to put together some crazy small clips. And this comment here, all I can say is thanks, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the content to the point where I'm becoming one of your favorites.
That's
And
really cool.
I like to think
That's
that
why I
you're
pointed it
becoming
out.
one of his favorites too, because you're part of the channel.
That's cool.
So thank you for that. And now we can move on to the fun stuff. Now that all those stupid, I'm kidding. We're just gonna move on.
Stupid.
No.
How rude.
Ooh. You're gonna make all kinds of
You're
voices.
welcome.
You're so done. You know what? I'm really glad
You told
that.
me to be excited. I'm so excited.
There's a difference between excited and retarded.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's right. I went there. I'm so glad you haven't watched that show in a while, though.
Well, only because it hasn't been on.
Which is a good thing.
No, it's not.
So, a surprise turn of events. See, I'm going to be super excited, too. Anyway, super excited. Fucking yay.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the dick, I'd be a perfect gay guy.
Oh my goodness. You need to clean yourself up a little bit. They do their eyebrows and everything. Like, you wouldn't pass for a gay guy.
But did I not pick out clothes for you that are incredibly attractive?
Well, yeah, that's true.
See?
You
See?
just got to work on the looks.
Can I
your
not
looks.
convince you that I like to suck a little dick when I talk like this?
Oh my god. We're changing
I
the
could easily do it, but I don't like dick.
Oh my god. That's a good thing.
You're welcome. Okay. So a surprise turn of events happened, and you actually brought a topic to the table. Now that we're 2 minutes and 30 seconds in and haven't said a fucking thing, we can move into some of our topics. And you're helping this time, which is a miracle to begin with. So I don't want to start with yours.
No,
or
I don't
do you want to
either.
start
No,
with yours?
I don't want to start
okay,
with it.
Okay. So I asked you this question earlier, and it was, what's your most prized possession in this world? And this possession doesn't have to be something that's really expensive. It just has to mean a lot to you. So what would that possession be?
Okay, so I mean, I don't have it with me right now, which is I don't know why I didn't bring it down
Well, it
here
ain't
with
that
me.
motherfucking prize then.
Yeah, it is.
Go
Maybe I
on.
didn't want to get messed up. Okay, so when I was little, I had this giraffe, and it has like a rattle in it, and
A
it's
giraffe?
really dirty. Yeah, it's like this plush giraffe with a little rattle in like the body part. It's so cute.
So your prized possession is a dog toy.
It's not a dog toy. It's my toy. It was like from when I was a really young kid, like a baby
Okay,
almost.
and what's the significance?
Well, it's been through a lot with me. It almost fell in a... Well, it
Who
did
gave
fall
it
in the
to you?
fire. I got it from I want to say my dad. I honestly don't really know the history around
So your
behind
dad
it.
gave you a dog toy as a way to parent.
Oh my god, it's not a dog toy. If you see it, it looks like a baby toy, so screw you. Fucking raining on my parade.
So it's through a fire, huh? What
Yeah.
fire?
So I went camping one time, and as a stupid little kid that I was, got way too close to the fire, and like we had put rocks around the fire, so obviously nobody would fall in, but dumb me, I almost fell in, and I was holding it, and my uncle, or so-called uncle, grabbed me by the back of the neck, and I think my giraffe fell in a little bit, because when it came out, it was like burned on the side, and I thought they were going to throw it in the garbage. I was so devastated. Oh my god, I would have cried if they
We're
threw it
gonna
in the
have
garbage.
to do this with face cam one day because your face right now is priceless. So
Oh
while
my
I
God.
guess on the line of burns, I got 2 cool burn stories.
Oh.
So as a kid, I didn't grow up super fortunate. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't completely ass poor or anything like that. I could have had it a lot worse. My parents did the best with what they could have, or with what they had, and whatever. I had a good childhood. But I had jeans for playing outside, and then I had different jeans to like wear to school. So I had like play jeans and then like school jeans. And like my play jeans would be like hand-me-downs from wherever, and they might have holes in the knees. But you know how if you rip a hole in jeans, it's all white and it frays?
Yeah.
That's incredibly flammable.
Oh
And
my God.
we had a fire pit, and all of our trash that was of paper or cardboard, we would just burn in the fire pit because it costs a lot of money to have trash come pick up the trash from where we lived, because we kind of lived in the middle of nowhere. So what my dad would do is he would just bag the trash, take it into work with him, and toss it in the dumpster because he worked at the donut shop.
Okay.
No big deal. The boss knew about it. It wasn't like any shady shit was
My
going
dad used
on.
to do that.
It's just the reality of the situation. Anyway, so one of the chores I had when I was a teenager was to take the papers out to the burn pit and burn them. No big deal. I had fires all the time, and it was as fire safe as a pyromaniac could be. I mean, I burnt my eyebrows and shit off as a kid.
Ew.
Yeah, I guess the third burn story. I did that once, and my mom asked me if I was playing with fire, and I was like, no. And she's like, where are your eyebrows? Well, fucking busted. Anyway, so I light the paper on fire in this burn pit, and the burn pit was like a 55-gallon drum cut in half and then sunk into the ground. So the drum was just like a lining for it.
Makes sense.
And it's winter time. No big deal. Snow's all over the ground, but I, dig the little burn pit out with snow, put the shit in there and light it on fire. I'm standing next to it, and next thing you know, I'm like, fuck, it's hot out here. This fire is hot as hell. And I look down and my jeans were on fire. And luckily...
Did you just kneel in the snow?
No, I reached down and I grabbed snow and I threw them on my knees.
Fuck that, I would have just
yeah,
belly flop.
I guess the second burn story I have isn't so much about fire, but I was actually burned by liquid aluminum, which is really cool. Like, no kidding, I have a huge scar down my arm, and I have nerve damage in my arm. Again, from when I was a kid, I was helping my dad work on a boat. Like, he installed like the live well and then decided he didn't want it, so he took it out. But now there's holes in the boat. So we were filling them with liquid aluminum, or I guess aluminum, but it's liquid when you apply 1800 degrees to this shit. So, and he asked for my help, so I was helping him. We'd been doing it for like an hour and a half, no problems. And usually if it was dry on top on his side of the boat, that means it was cooled off enough to where I could move the thing I was holding because it was dry all the way through.
Oh.
Well, an hour and a half in, we get down to it, and he's like, all right, go ahead and move it. And I moved it, and it goes... And my dad's like, oh my God, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, no big deal. It honestly didn't hurt at all. It was so hot. It killed all the nerves as soon as it hit. I was like, yeah, it burned for a quick second. Like, I don't know, maybe grabbing a lighter really quick to put it out. Like, super fast. And my parents made a big deal about it, and I could never figure out why until I was an adult.
Because it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, no. And we didn't go to the hospital, one, because the insurance didn't really have great insurance, and two, we were really, really worried because the state I grew up in was super CPS friendly. We didn't want my dad to get in trouble for child neglect because, let's face it, I got burned by liquid aluminum at like 13 years old. But it wasn't child neglect. It was seriously a freak accident, but try explaining that to people. So those are my two cool,
see it as a bad thing.
my two cool burn stories.
Interesting. I don't really have any good burn stories. I've sliced my nose open when I was a kid.
It seems like your giraffe is a badass. Yeah, let's hear about your sweet nose story.
Oh gosh, that's so stupid. I think I was like in second grade, and I was helping my dad with like yard work and stuff, and I was pushing around those big like barrels, the green bins that you put your leaves and stuff. Yeah, well, not a dumpster.
Oh,
but
that
the
you
ones,
put like leaves and stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
the ones that you put out for the garbage guy. So I was pushing that around. And like the stupid little kid that I was, and I'm sure everybody's done this before, but just hasn't had my fate.
Nobody's done it before.
Oh, shit. It says, don't push with lid open. And I was like, oh, okay, nothing's going to happen. I can do this. So I start pushing it, and apparently like I stepped on the lid, and the trash can came back to me, and I went forward to it, and I slammed it on like the front of the trash can. My dad started freaking out because I like almost passed out. I don't know if I passed out because of shock or just because of loss of blood, because I was gushing a lot of blood. I ended up getting like 5 stitches, and my dad just took him out at home.
Apparently, it did temporary brain damage because how many videos have we done and you still hit the microphone?
Because I like to talk with my hands. I don't mean to.
I'm talking with my hands. You're flailing like somebody's raping you. There's a difference.
I'm not
There's a
flailing.
complete difference. Okay, so back to the possession thing. My most prized possession is that ceramic eagle that my mom painted for me.
What, I thought you made... Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, huh?
My mom made that for me. It's sitting in
That
the
is really
closet,
cool.
wrapped in
Oh,
bubble
wrapped
wrap.
in- Yep, wrapped in
Because we don't got
bubble wrap.
really anywhere to display it. But as soon as we do have like a mantle or something like that, it'll...
Yeah, I think
Gotta
you
go
should
there.
put, like, if we have a fireplace, you should put, like, a shelf and then put it on the shelf. And, like, just be a small shelf. Just have that be the only thing on the shelf.
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Maybe. Yeah, that's... And
That's
the
really
obvious
cool.
reason is my mom made it for me. And I those of you that don't know, I have an incredibly tight relationship with my mom. So... I don't know. It meant a lot.
They play a lot of Monopoly together.
That is such an inside joke and a story for another day, but
It's a good one, though.
yeah. No, I don't know. It's just that's the thing. I know my mom took a lot of time to do it, and she did a damn good job, which is really the mind blowing part. And that's kind of mean to say, but my mom's not like a fucking artist or anything. She's just a normal person with 0 fucking talents for the most part. And
It does look really
yeah,
cool, though.
you would
like,
never
if nobody
guess
would know,
it.
you thought you'd bought
Yep,
it.
exactly. That's what. And so to me, that says that she spent a ridiculous amount of time on it, and that's what matters.
That's
so.
way cool. I like that.
Okay, so you see the list of topics in front of you.
Yeah.
So what's the next one you want to do?
The most embarrassing movie, but you love it anyway. So you know it's embarrassing to everybody else, and it's ridiculous for you to like it, but you still do. Okay, so I used to, well, I still do. And
Oh, you're so eager to tell everybody this.
So I used to watch this movie a lot, and no, it's not Borat, even though I'm super good at doing the voice. Superstar.
Damn, I didn't even think it could have been boring. What is
yeah,
it?
Superstar.
I have never
Oh
heard
my
of
gosh,
it.
if you haven't heard it, you need to watch it.
Oh,
So this
shit.
girl in it, the thing, she's so freaking weird. I think she goes to like a private school and she's some outcast. And my favorite part is when she puts her arms in her, or puts her hands in her armpits and goes, I don't even know what she says after that because it's been a while, but
You
she like
almost-
super sniffs her.
Why would you smell your hands?
Because she's weird as shit.
What was that?
And
That
she's
was
like-
the most ear-piercing hyena cackle I have ever heard in my life.
And she's like making out with a tree at some point during the movie. Oh my god, it's epic.
I thought all girls like wood.
Not the Brooch.
I need a rim shot sound, huh?
Yeah, you do.
I should just throw a rim
Oh
shot
my
in.
God.
But I'd be inappropriate with a rim shot. You'd be like, and yesterday, drooch. Like that doesn't even fucking fit, but it's in there anyway. Like the problem is at the end of the day, I have to edit this, so any kind of sound effect is going to be used inappropriately.
Well,
That's kinda what
I
it
don't
boils down
know. There's a lot of times where we could use the Brooch. We had one last night or something, and probably the night before. So you might as well just keep it on handy.
You give me a drum roll every time we do it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh hell
No,
no!
zinger. Okay. So embarrassing movie that I love is no bullshit. The Notebook.
Oh my god!
I know,
When you
and
told me
here I
this, I
am.
was so happy.
I recall this time where we were in Iraq on my first deployment, and we had like this little full size bunk, it was bunk beds, but each mattress was like full size, so they're small. And we probably had 5 or 6 guys sitting on the bed mattress, and then like 3 or 4 guys on the floor in front of the bed.
No homo.
No homo. There's a little cuddle, and it was cold as fuck. I mean, we were touching on purpose. It was like 4 degrees.
Oh my
People
God.
don't think it gets that fucking cold, but it does. And we are huddled around a 19-inch laptop screen.
Jeez.
That the speakers for the laptop sucked real bad. So we're all like super
get
close
super-
and leaned in watching The Notebook.
Oh my
It was the
God.
gayest straight thing ever.
That is so cute.
But yeah, no,
though.
that movie's
I love
way
that
fucking
movie.
good. The story's just too sweet. Apparently, the ending of the movie is different from the ending in the book.
Really?
Yep. I forget what the difference is, but I just talked about this
Interesting.
with a real life friend of mine the
I
other
didn't know
day.
that. I think it's by Nicholas Sparks, and he makes a lot of good books. I read one called The Last Song that Miley Cyrus did a movie to, and it was actually, the book was really, really good.
You might be right. I know the Notebook is one in a series. There's like a one other book to that thing.
Interesting.
You'd have to
didn't know
ask
that.
the individual that I mentioned. about what it is, she'll know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got into it. We kind of got onto it when we were talking about the whole TV show thing and like how I feel disappointed with Dexter
okay.
at the moment.
Yeah. It's kind of gotten good.
No. There was one good bomb. No spoilers. Don't worry. There was one good bomb at the end of last episode. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest, there's too much shit going on that's irrelevant to everything that's happened in
really
every
true.
other season.
Yeah.
So no, I think it's
aren't
crap.
you glad they did that? Because maybe they'll twist it around and that'll be.
No, now I
lead
think it's
into
gonna be
something good?
stupid. I already told you what my ideal ending to the show would be, and it's way better than what it's gonna be. And you know I'm right.
It is, yeah. I don't know how much. I don't believe that's really gonna happen though, because I don't feel like they're gonna end it like that. Just put it that way.
Well, you can say it because it's speculation and not a spoiler. You don't think they're gonna kill Dexter?
No, like I don't think they're gonna think that far. I don't think they're gonna come up with a good ending like that. I think it's just gonna be something where we're like, what?
I know, that's what I'm
How
saying.
does that make
I know
sense?
it. Like, I say this all the time when we talk, but if you were a fan of Lost, you still don't know what the fuck happened when that show ended. I have a general idea on what went on. I'm not gonna say what it is because I know that you haven't watched it, and one of these days I'm gonna force you to watch it because it's damn good. But it ends and you're just like, the fuck did I just waste 6 years of my life for?
Oh my
because
God.
it takes a while to really think about it, and I feel like we're gonna run into the same thing with Dexter. It's just gonna be one of those things where it's like, fuck, I just wasted all this time. Like Prison Break. How good was Prison Break
Oh my
until the
gosh.
last season?
Oh my gosh, and another thing, did anybody know that Wentworth Miller is gay? Oh my gosh, he is such a gorgeous man. What is wrong with that?
That explains it.
Oh my god,
That
that's
explains
horrible.
it. Look, women like him,
Ugh.
women like Vin Diesel, there's stuff going on here. Good looking
totally
dudes
not
are
okay.
typically gay. It's perfectly fine. Don't say that gay is not okay. That's stupid.
No, I'm saying it's not, he shouldn't be gay.
Let me ask you this. First off, we're not saying there's anything wrong with being gay. There's been
No,
a lot
of
of gay.
course not.
There's been a lot of gay jokes in this episode, and that's totally not even.
No.
Don't think that. But let me ask you this: gay or not, does it really matter? Because you ain't getting laid by him.
Well, that's not the point.
Exactly. All right. So I really want to do your topic now.
Okay.
So go ahead and ask your question. I want to answer first. God damn it.
Okay, so if you could pick 1 ton of any animal and
1
make
ton, as in total weight.
yeah, not like I don't even know how I don't
Right.
even know what I was thinking when I
2,000
first
pounds.
saw it.
Go on.
So yeah, 1 ton of any animal for an army to fight to the death with, what would it be?
Fire ants.
Ew, why?
Because how many fire ants does
oh
it
my
take
God, that's so true.
to make 2,000 pounds worth of fire ants? And I can guarantee you, whatever number that is, it's significantly less that takes to kill your ass.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with a big ass 3-4 billion fire ants up on you, and if you kill half of them, so what? You killed what, 1 billion of them? There's 1
Yeah.
billion more. You're not winning that
That's
battle.
disgusting.
I'm-
How did you think of that?
I just thought of something that
That's really
didn't
fucking
weigh
good.
a lot, that I could have a lot of, that had some kind of potency to it. So I wanted like a venom because people are allergic to shit like that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be more damaging. And ants
Damn.
are retardedly strong. They can carry like over 100 times their own body weight. So an ant to me is the perfect thing if you only have, and if you can have an unlimited number as long as it was in the weight
ton,
category.
yeah.
And that's 2,000 pounds of fire ants. Fuck you, I'm out.
Ew, that's
And
very
how
good.
and people fucking fear bugs. So if
Oh
you
my
had
God.
if you had a wall of 4 billion fire ants walking down the road at you,
no, fuck that.
yep, you're done. You're not gonna Gandhi
going
that
home.
shit.
No.
Like you're done.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yep.
No.
Okay, so
Fuck,
what's your
that's
animal?
good.
I know that's why I wanted to go first because I had I was scared that yours would be better than fire ants.
No, I mean, now that you say, I obviously can't change it now, but I was thinking of some kind of like predator, like a lion, maybe not a lion, but like a cheetah, because those are smaller, so you get a few more of them. they can fuck some shit up.
They could.
They're gonna maul the
They
hell
could.
out of you.
I mean, packs of lions do work, but you got to think like an average lion's probably around 500 pounds, so you're only getting 4 of them. At
Yeah.
first, I was gonna say battle elephants, but then I was like, when you were like, oh, you can only have 1 ton of them, I'm like, fuck, that's like an elephant.
yeah.
Like, that's not gonna do shit when he gets shot. Like, you ain't fending off
That is
billions
so
of
true.
ants, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the only way you'd really be able to get rid of most of those ants is with fire. But who the fuck's gonna have fire on hand? Okay, here's my
You don't carry a
blowtorch.
lighter?
Oh no, they're gonna eat you
I
alive
think-
before you can get
yeah,
the lighter. You gotta have a
I think they're
blowtorch.
gonna be fast enough too. And I've seen some weird things on like Discovery Network and stuff like that, where ants will like crawl over each other and they'll make like a caterpillar out of ants, and they actually move faster as a unit than they do by themselves.
That is absolutely
It's
disgusting.
absolutely creepy.
Ew.
So
I hate ants.
yeah.
People who have ant farms are fucking weird.
I know they
Simple
don't really
as
do
that.
anything.
No, what do you have an ant farm for? To watch it populate and
One
get
of
a
my
bunch
favorite
ants?
jokes is about an ant farm from Mitch Hedberg. He's like, I had an ant farm once. Them fellas didn't grow shit.
God, that always makes you think of the Sprite. Always. Anytime you bring him up, that's automatically what I
he's
go to.
one of my favorite comedians. It's
So
sad
funny.
that he's not making people laugh anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I knew you were gonna pick a predatory animal.
Because it's just freaking
No,
them
right.
gonna
The
maul
first,
the hell
yeah,
out of
the
people.
first thing you think about is like, what's mean as fuck, and that I can have more than one of.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Damn, that's really good though. If I were to change it up, I'd probably go with like wasps or bees or something, because they're gonna
Ooh, that's
sting you
good because
or
they
bite you.
killer bees. Ooh, killer bees would be
Ooh,
good.
Gosh.
And here's the thing too.
hate
I
bees.
think my billion or my 4 billion or however how many billions of ants it takes to get to 2,000 pounds. Like, let's be real, it's in the billions. I think my billions of ants could overtake your 4 lions.
Oh yeah.
You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? Like, so
Yeah.
bring your pussy ass cat army, and I'm gonna throw my fucking a Bug's Life motherfuckers at you, and it's game on.
Ew, God, I hate
Yeah.
bugs. Ugh.
And man, if you look at some of this nature shit and you're watching any of these documentaries, they're finding ants the size of that fucking notebook in like
Yeah.
the Amazon and shit like that.
That's why we don't live in the Amazon. There is a whole bunch of shit that you're not supposed to fuck with in there.
That's true.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so nickname as a kid. You brought up this one. So you asked me if I ever had a real nickname that was kind of embarrassing as a kid, and I never really had one as a kid. My parents called me Bud or Buddy every now and then. But I kind of got a nickname in the military. A bunch of the senior guys used to call me Catfish all the time because I have that giant koi fish tattooed on my ribs.
Oh yeah.
So that's for some
Just
reason stuck. Yeah, and
Interesting.
it was only amongst the senior guys. Like, none of my peer group called me that by any means, but all the senior guys typically did. On my first deployment. On my second deployment, they were all kind of gone, and it kind of died then, which is sad because I don't know, it was fitting.
Yeah. I wouldn't say, okay, so now that you say embarrassing, I didn't mean to say like an embarrassing nickname, but an embarrassing one, I guess, when I was little, I don't know, my dad used to call me Rat. Come here, Rugrat or Rat. I didn't
remember
ever
you
think I
telling me
looked
this.
like a rat, so, I mean, he used to call me Kiddo and everything, but Rat just seemed
Every
a little
parent calls
bit
their
off.
kids kiddo.
Yeah, so there's that one, and then I had a friend, for some reason, I honestly don't remember how this came up, we gave each other nicknames, and mine was Captain Ashley Morgan. I don't even know why.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Wow.
We thought it was so cool.
I'm sure you did. I'm surprised nobody pinned you with Trashly after the trash can incident with your nose.
Oh, shut up.
I'm serious. I would have immediately been like, Trashly, that's your nickname, ready, go.
I was like in second grade.
Well,
I was not ruthless, and neither were the people that I was around. Nowadays, that's different. Kids are mean
yeah,
nowadays.
kids are mean as fuck nowadays.
Oh my gosh. Singling other people out? That is so mean.
But you know what? We say kids are mean as fuck now, and I think that's because we're looking at it from an adult's perspective nowadays. Because if you think about all the shit that you did in school, somebody was bullied and somebody was the bully. I mean, I could think of quite a few instances where that was happening either around me or I was a part of it on one end of the spectrum.
I mean,
And so I think maybe we just look at it less or with more of a mature
Not okay,
mind.
yeah. I don't know. I guess I understand that. I mean, there's a couple people that I could think of that I don't know if they were bullied, but they were just kind of an outcast and they weren't really talked to or whatever. But I wouldn't say that I've actually seen people legit being bullied or being pushed around or nagged on. Like, I don't know. I just never saw that.
So when you hear the term living the dream, right? What would it mean to you? Like, what does living the dream mean to you? Like, what would it take for somebody to ask you, "Hey, are you living the dream?" And you go, "Fuck yeah." What would it take for you to be living the dream?
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say anything super spectacular. I would just say living the dream as doing what you want every day and not having to go to work. Honestly, I love what I do. I really do. But there's some days where I just don't want to go to work. And it's just work in general. Like, I just want to be home and relax all day and veg out. But I really think I'd want to, like, live in the middle of the woods with a really nice log cabin and have, like, a lake, I don't know, maybe a mile down from me that I could walk to and I could go fishing. I like the outdoors, and it may not seem like it now because, like, we've never been camping. But I, like, grew up going camping and hunting and fishing with my dad. So if I could go back to that, that would be freaking awesome. But not saying that what I have right now isn't horrible. I have a job and
Right.
I have a roof. So
I don't think I would want to live in a log cabin, man. There's one thing.
Why?
Well, okay, look here. They're beautiful. I'll
They're
give you that.
fucking gorgeous.
They're beautiful, but they lack insulation.
you can make insulation.
Man, but then you
make it to where it is.
But then you're gonna ruin the interior look at a
Authenticity.
log cabin. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, and you got to think about heating that when it's cold.
Yeah.
You got to think about cooling it off when it's hot. And
Oh,
you know,
God, they're
it
so
just
gorgeous.
possesses a lot of challenges behind it.
I guess.
I think I agree with no work, but the thing is like, if everybody stopped working, nothing would be available. There would be no products. There would be no healthcare. There would be no
No things to go
produce in
do
the
or whatever,
store. Yeah.
yeah.
So that to me is an unrealistic expectation for living the dream. I
Agreed.
think living the dream is not so much what you have tangibly, but your mindset, right? Because we haven't always been in the best of situations.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been bad by any means, but I've never looked at it and went, fuck, like I would rather have something else. Like what I have going on in my life is exactly what I want right now. Like, I don't know. To me, living the dream is a mindset. If you can stay in a mindset where you're like, yep, this is exactly where I want to be going. This is exactly what I want to be doing. Because I think if you're stagnant, you're not really living the dream, right? You should
Yeah.
always be progressing to
Wanting
something.
do more things or
It-
wanting to achieve
yeah,
something
if
else.
if you can hunt for personal growth on a constant basis, I think that's living the dream. I
That's
sit here
cool.
all the time and I come up with ridiculous shit, right? Like I come up with all these different projects, and like currently right now I'm probably working on 3 or 4 different things if we really were to list them, which we can't because some of them are secret.
Top secret.
But you know, like I come up with all these different projects and I get myself engulfed with all these things, and some of them never see the light of day, and others, you know, like this push forward and they get
Yeah.
out there. But to me, it's not so much about completing the project or doing what it's what I discover about myself while working on the project.
That's cool. I mean, I never looked at it as a super in-depth thing, because when you're asked what is living the dream to you, you're always asked as a younger person, or your friends ask you, and then you always think,
A house,
oh,
a
I
car,
want a house
2.5 kids.
and
Yeah.
well, yeah, I want just this nice life where I don't have to really do anything, I don't have to worry about anything. So that's what I took away from it. But that's a really, really good answer. I really like that.
If you'd have asked me that question 4, maybe 5 years ago, I'd have said living the dream would be, you know, pulling in 120K a year by myself, having my own house, a nice yard, a couple dogs, you know, a family.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck all that. Like, sure, that's great, that's nice, and it's good to have a roof, it's good to have people you care about around you and things like that, but does that really define what living the dream is? I mean, look at all these people that give up their creature comforts and go live homeless for a year just to
Yeah.
experience it. Those motherfuckers
That's
are living the
nuts.
dream because they're learning something that can't be taught.
Yeah.
They're gonna
How to survive on
yeah,
their
they're
own.
gonna go through
fend for
adversity.
themselves.
They're gonna have nobody to rely on but themselves when shit gets tough, and they're gonna kind of stir up their inner demons and really find out who they are.
Yeah.
and I think
Test a character.
right, yeah.
That's
If
for
we
sure.
could all test our character, whether it be through something like that or through constant striving for personal growth, I think as society as a whole would be better, and that would be living the dream.
Damn, that's a really good answer. You always have super in-depth answers, and I'm just like, merp.
That's because you're stupid.
I'm not
I'm
stupid.
kidding. I'm kidding.
How rude.
I don't think you're dumb at all. Just a little slow.
Oh, I guess so, at times a little slow.
Okay, so one time we've probably told this story before,
Oh, God.
but one time we were talking about where we wanted to move, and we were walking through San Francisco, and we were like, "Oh, let's move to Las Vegas or whatever."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "I really like to travel," and this is like early on in our relationship, but nonetheless, we were talking about traveling together, and maybe where our next step after Las Vegas would be. And I was like, I kind of just want to put up a map,
Oh,
throw a
hell
dart,
no.
and see where it lands. You know where I'm going.
Oh
and
my God.
and see where it lands. And she looks over at me and she goes, "But what if it lands in Mexico?" I specifically said, I want to put up a map of the United States and throw a dart to see where it lands. And she 100% thought that North America, so Canada and Mexico, were a part of the United States.
I don't know. I was really bad with geography.
That's
And
really bad with geography.
in 3rd grade, my dad pretty much did my project that I got an A+ on. Like, you make mountains and, like, you map out, like, I want to say it's Northern California or something.
Oh, I don't know because I didn't do that.
I don't know. It was super cool, but I didn't do it, so maybe if I did it by myself, I probably would have been better at
That's
geography.
no
Probably
excuse.
Not.
That's no excuse. I
Probably
bet
not.
you if you ask any of the people in the UK that are watching this, they will tell you that they know that Mexico's not a part of the United States. They don't even live in
Whatever.
North America.
That's so not the point.
No, way the point. Okay, so we're going to move on to our last little topic because I kind of want to clear this list so we can, get moving. Wait, what else
Nuance.
did you write up there? You wrote a
Oh,
couple
I wrote
things.
my answers.
Yeah, so we can, kind of move on and run with some fresh ones. Plus, we're kind of running into the 30-minute mark. So, if you were supreme ruler of the world, king shit motherfucker of all of these 7 billion weirdos that walk around on Earth, what are 3 changes that you would make to how things operate right now?
That's a really good one. Do you already have yours in mind?
I can come up with a couple.
Fuck, you should, because that's a big. How come
Okay.
you didn't ask me that before? Give
Oh,
me time to think about that.
Well,
one.
I was hoping you'd be quick on your feet. So
Yeah,
first,
right.
first and foremost, I would centralize currency. All these different currencies is a pain in the ass. And if I'm ruling the world, we're going to deal in one currency and that's it. Secondly,
smart.
we're centralizing language. We're all going to speak the same language. Now, what I mean by that is you can still speak whatever's native to your area, but everybody's going to know a universal language so that everybody can communicate. So
that's
there's no
cool.
weird language barriers.
Yeah.
So, and then the third would be I would have the right to execute whoever I wanted to. So if you were a cancer to the society, no questions asked, just on your knees, back in the head, done. If you were a rapist or a pedophile,
That's
back of the
legit.
head, done. If you stole from your neighbor, hey, back of the head, done.
Damn.
Steal your neighbor's watch. Fuck you, killing you. I don't run around stealing shit. It bugs me
Yeah.
when people do. So those would be my 3: centralized currency, centralized language, and the right to execute whoever I want for whatever reason I deem necessary. Now that being said, I wouldn't abuse that.
Would you change up like how we have like the cops and everything? Would you change that up?
There would be no need for the cops.
Because I was gonna say, I feel like that's just. Well, I don't want to seem super like weirdo or superstitious or whatever, but I feel like that's like controlling everybody,
It is.
and we don't need to.
It's dictators. What, cops?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my thing. My thing is dictator as fuck. But no, you would eliminate the need for cops, right? Because I would eventually have the say at the end. Maybe, I mean, you might have to get people to write reports and stuff like that. And I guess cops are a good thing. But I think ruling
To
by
an extent.
right, ruling by fear isn't necessarily the best option. But if you were honestly terrified to steal from somebody because you knew I was gonna shoot you in the head for doing it,
Yeah.
you wouldn't do
That'd
it.
Yeah, that
You wouldn't fucking do it. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
That's really good.
I'd do all that shit publicly too because I think public executions work, especially if your goal is to instill fear.
Yeah, well, and let people know you're not fucking around.
Well, that's instilling fear.
How do you how do you feel about, okay, so the whole purge thing? How do you feel about one night a year? Do you think this would help? One night a year, just letting people kill whatever. Crime is legal.
No, I don't agree with it.
Sounds fucking nuts.
Right, it sounds like a great idea on paper, and I'm sure it's gonna make an awesome movie. But the purpose of a society ran under that ideal would be, don't commit crime. Just love each other. Just be a community. And if you allow one day for them to just do whatever they want, then all the weirdos are gonna flip their switch, and then right, because like, okay, it's the purge, I get one day where I can steal your stuff, and I go and I take all of your money. You work your whole fucking life to save up 10 grand because your job sucks or whatever, and 10 grand is all you have, and it's not a lot, but you're gonna use that 10 grand to pay for your dying daughter's chemotherapy, and I fucking take that, and I take that shit. That rips the community apart, because even though I was allowed to take it because it's the day that I can do whatever I want, you just got fucked. And all 364 other days of the year, especially if you know I did it, you're going to be tempted to do some dumb shit, and you're going to do it. Now you have crime that goes rampant, and you know, how many people do I get to kill before people get the hint?
Yeah.
You know? I don't want to run around and exterminate people like they're bugs.
No, that'd be a lot of killing. So I feel like one big thing is to get rid of the shitty government and like instill one leader, but someone who's not super psycho like Hitler and is gonna freaking rule over everybody and say, you can't do this, you can't do that. But I feel like just one person who's pretty neutral and not
That's
super
impossible.
overpowering. I know, but the freaking government is impossible.
Well, first off, you're only thinking about American government. You're not thinking about governments in other countries.
Okay, then yeah, true.
Which I'm sure it's just as corrupt, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But on top of that, if you give one person power, regardless of who it is or what the power is, it will be abused.
Yeah, true.
So you're not
way
going to
around
have
that.
one leader that's not neutral.
Yeah.
You can have one leader that's compassionate, sure. But, I mean, what are you going to do? Take a worldwide vote on whether or not you should have cable TV in an area?
See,
like,
that's stupid.
7 billion people, so you got to count. That's a lot of votes to count.
True.
You know,
I guess it could be worse.
You couldn't have a democracy. It has to be a dictatorship if you're ruling the world.
Yeah.
I think, and the world's a big place, so that has to
Huge.
be ruled with an iron fist.
That's shitty. There's got to be something that could have been fixed or something. I don't know, like, duh. I just think, well, the government here is stupid. Like, I don't even know.
In light of all the NSA stuff, let's call the government out on the internet.
Whatever.
Not
They're not
thinking
going to
much.
get me in trouble.
They're
for
coming
saying
for you.
one
Watch.
thing.
When they knock on the door tomorrow and the NSA is here and they're like, we need to speak to Ashley. She's coming with us. I'm like,
She's not here.
can you pay me? Fuck. Like,
How rude. You're horrible.
I'll turn you right over. And
got time
we're
for
looking
that.
for anybody associated with the Apophis 0351's moniker. I don't fucking know anybody else in this house other than Ashley that's doing that. I'll turn you right
You're
in.
ridiculous.
I'll turn you right in.
You're horrible. You
No.
always talk about me spilling the beans on
Look,
people.
look, I will never rob a bank with you. You throw motherfuckers under the bus all the time. You would
don't.
look, you would be in the interrogating room and they'd be like, we'll cut you a deal. Just tell us where he is. We'll even give you half the money. You'd be like, that motherfucker is at 2794. Should have got away with this shit street. And you can go over there right now. He's not even suspecting it. You'd be
my
like,
God,
fucking
no.
deal. Yes, I'll
No.
never commit a crime with you because you roll all the time. The thing is you snitch and you don't even mean to. Like, that's the thing is like,
yeah, I guess that is kind of
you know,
true.
like something, I
just
wish
slips
I could
out.
remember an example right now, but something would happen and you'll just be like, oh, such and such said that. And it's like, shut up, you dime dropper. Just shut your mouth. Like,
I don't even
you
think
don't,
about it.
right, you don't intend to roll on people, but god damn, you throw them under the
That's
bus.
where my filter
all the
is
time.
out of the window.
All the time.
You have a bad filter where you can't censor yourself. Well, I have a bad filter where I drop dimes a lot.
I think
don't
people would
even
rather
need
be
to.
friends with me.
People would think you're a dick, though.
I'm sure people do think I'm a dick, but I'm also incredibly polite
Yeah.
and well-mannered and nice to 99% of the people that I meet. So
Oh yeah.
it's just that one idiot. And there's
They
always
asked for
one.
it.
There's always one. There's
Oh
always
my
one.
God,
That's
that's
why.
so true.
That's why you could never get mad at me for not telling you my secrets, because you'll tell them to people on accident.
I don't know. There's certain things.
Yes,
that
I
can
could
keep.
tell you a secret. I could. So let's say my secret was that I secretly skydive on the weekends, and then you would
The
be
fuck?
talking. Right, I know we're not spilling too many beans here, but you would be talking to your friends, and one of them would go, "Damn, I'm thinking about going skydiving," and you'd be like, "Maybe you should talk to Matt. He does it all the time."
But I
Oh
don't
shit!
even mean to.
That I know, but you would tell my secrets. That's the point. No.
Oh my gosh! I
No.
totally. I guess I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not on purpose though. If that
It
makes
doesn't.
it any better.
Tell that to the fucking judge. Tell that to the judge. Your Honor, I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to say that. You're gonna have to let him go. No, that's not gonna fucking
You're gonna have to
fly.
erase that backspace.
That's not gonna fly.
I can't help it though.
Oops, did I really say his address? I meant he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
Oh hell no! Thought you don't like SpongeBob.
I don't, but I know the fucking song because some 21-year-old individual that lives with me tends to watch SpongeBob.
Every once in a while. It's not on Netflix anymore, which is why I haven't watched it in a while. But
It's still SpongeBob, son.
so not the point.
Motherfucker, you would be sitting over here at my desk and you would prop your phone up and play SpongeBob on your phone.
So I don't know why I did that, but
And
I know
then
I did.
you're just sitting over here filing your nails. You're like, that's what you do while you're watching the show.
That's so not true.
That is so true. You're like bouncing along as you sing the song.
I just get super into it.
Man,
I
you know
can't
what's
help
really
it.
shitty is like we're at the 40-minute mark and I just feel like things have gotten so good. that-
Funny?
yeah, like
Yeah.
why stop?
Oh.
But nobody's gonna see this part anyway, so.
Why?
How about, ooh, we should have a challenge. How about this? If you've made it this far in this video, comment Ashley drops dimes in the comments below. And if you write Ashley drops dimes, everybody that does will do a random drawing for like a PSN code or Microsoft points or a Steam code for like $5 or $10. Not a shit ton, but nonetheless, if you made it this far, it means a lot to us that you've made it this far. So
Yeah.
comment Ashley drops dimes so we can kind of hook you up for hooking us up.
But then after it's done, you got to erase those comments because then everybody's going to really think that I always drop dimes on purpose.
You don't have to erase those. Ashley always drops dimes.
But
It's
I don't
true.
mean to. So
It-
is it really dropping dimes?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes. Can you send somebody to prison for life? Yes. So it's dropping dimes, son.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God. They're what?
I think there's stipulations.
Oh yeah. What they're gonna send you into a doctor so a doctor can certify you as mentally ill? That's the only.
Maybe.
No. God, she likes to eat lead paint. We can't help it.
Dropping dimes on me. What the hell?
I actually, that's not even funny to joke about. Okay, so my dad is actually my stepdad, but he raised me, so he's my dad. So my dad's sister's kids, so cousins, kind of.
Okay.
One of them is actually pretty brain damaged because he was eating lead paint as a baby in the house. Like he would just peel it off the wall by his crib.
What the fuck?
I swear to God, yeah. So it's kind of not funny to joke about, but that just goes to show
You
you
just
that
killed this. That makes it
no.
so not funny
Here's the
anymore.
thing: people shouldn't be so sensitive because if that's the case, and I've been around it and grew up around it, and I can still joke about it and be lighthearted, because at the end of the day, it's a goddamn joke. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Ugh, that shit can't taste good.
No, actually, that's the problem. Is it did taste good? It's really sweet, supposedly. So, right, and that's
Ew.
why they mandated that you get rid of all lead paint and
Does it just
paint
melt
with
in
regular
your mouth
paint.
like a Listerine strip?
I don't know. I have no
Horrible.
idea. I have zero idea.
Oh hell
Yeah,
no.
I know.
So no houses there's no more lead paint because of that?
You might find them in super old houses, but if you're gonna put your house up for sale, the housing inspector is gonna come by and he's gonna look at that paint, and if it's lead paint, you got to replace it before you sell it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
it's crazy. It's real shit, man. This is and the problem is it was sweet, so it's like candy for kids.
That's freaking weird. Okay, whatever.
Like, he's functional. Like, don't take brain damage as he's, like, laying in bed. But, like,
He's just a little off.
yeah, he's more than a little off. Like, he suffered a lot of learning disabilities from it, speech problems. He has a hard time controlling anger and other emotions just in general. He's like 24 and
Wow.
will just break down and bawl his eyes out if he sees a cat get hit by a car or something. And I'm not saying that that's not
I
sad, but
would
like,
too.
but like it's like a
Overly.
yeah, it's an overhyped response to his
Oh,
emotions.
God,
Yeah,
that's shitty.
like he can go from just laughing to like breaking shit in like 2 seconds. Like there's something scrambled. Like it's not a normal.
People usually call
Ordeal.
it bipolar.
No. It's totally not that. It's
Wow.
been diagnosed 100% as
Oh.
a result of the lead paint.
Damn.
Like, yeah.
That's shitty.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure he lives on his own. Last I knew he had a job.
Well,
and,
that's good.
and
If
stuff
he's
like
that
So,
functional.
yeah, he's functional. It's just, he's a little sketchy. A
Ugh.
little sketchy. But,
Do you
big dude.
think that since he has these medical problems, if he tries to reproduce, he will pass those on
No.
to his kids? Because it's a thing that happened when he was already
Right.
born
It's
and-
not genetics.
Oh,
It's,
self-inflicted, pretty much.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
It's the best way to describe it.
Right, it's definitely not genetics. It's after
Yeah.
the fact because of, lead paint. So
Interesting. Oh, that Firenado is really interesting.
yeah, but apparently they're more common than anything. But I guess if you really want to talk about it, we can. But I didn't think it was that cool.
Nah, I'm okay.
All right, then I think we're gonna close this off here. Thank you if you stuck it around to 45 minutes and 30 seconds ish. As I said, it really means a lot. Don't forget to comment. Ashley drops dimes if you want a chance to randomly win some shit. It'll be your choice. Send you the code over a message or whatnot. But thank you all for the support. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, can you please tell other people?
Yeah, because this is a lot of fun. And if you did, I'm sure other people would like it too.
No, it's true. So thanks so much. And the two of us will see you on Tuesday. I will see you probably tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm going to try to do my best to get a lot of content out in the next week or two because I go back to school on Wednesday, which is shitty. Ooh, I got to go back to class.
Better you than me.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I get paid to go to school, so it is better me than you. But
Yeah.
so I don't know. Things might get shaky. It might be like an every other day upload thing, but there'll still be content. But we'll see you guys on Tuesday. And other than that,
Adios.